Another undercard fight tonight. Payton, well-known.
With one bout even from Spokane, Washington, he is Santos. The more 1 victories, including 20.
But I'm firm. Touch him up.
Looking as though he's ready to, and you can see the size differential in the. It's a marvel, just
stronger.
Built in a more Williams are.
There's a bigger guy that's really trying to line up the guy for a straight left hand right now.
And I think right hook, and now he knocks him backward with a right hook again, and catches him with another right hook and a right uppercut.
Presses up about his movement for a tall guy.
He's such a long, lean fighter. 29 fights. Catches a left hand, though. Might have put
me at this stage right here. Not so much power on his punches good with other punches, particularly his right hook.
Three uppercuts in a row by Williams. Pakau never got coming. And even when he knew the next two were coming, he couldn't get out of the way.
So taking an effect on it.
Pakau has gotten in a down. Handles it pretty well, but
doing such a different variety of things, which is making it very straight left, right uppercuts, right hooks, and good upper body movement.
Wobbles Pakau with the left hand.
Right here you see a right uppercut, I think, that's going to land in the rib. It's going to cause a knockdown. He was already going down even before that.
5 out of 45. So Williams first round.
But I don't think Pakau can do anything to this man. He's doing too much of a variety of everything. And he's doing it so smooth and effortless and automatically.
Fast hands by Williams. Another
time.
Even though the opponent is totally outclassed, in other words.
Very
and lands over the top, and Pakau kind of sneaked his right foot behind him to try to stay up, and seems to be a matter of time here as Pakau is bravely throwing and giving Williams lots of opportunities. Too many. And as Williams' left hand, Williams simply peppered him to the ribcage.
Paid him still, but would not spare with it.
He's the rare welterweight who has made a habit this year of calling out Antonio Margarito. And it's one of the current truisms in the sport that nobody really seems to want to fight Margarito. Here's the one guy who says, I do.
And Margarito in his next mandatory defense.
You're right, Emmanuel. That fight supposedly.
Margarito has a title defense coming up on December 2. Multiple angles by Paul Williams. He gets hit with a left hook and comes back with a vengeance.
He's a busy fighter.
Pakau is as gutty as they come, Emmanuel, throwing despite all the punishment he's taking.
And showed up and traveled here last night.
Took the fight on less than 24 hours notice.
And
against an amazingly, and showing all the courage in the world.
The fight has already gone longer than to beat his original opponent.
But you know what's amazing? Williams throws punches from all angles. He'll be blocking you, holding you, hitting you. So he throws a lot of punches. Right here you see the punch right here that landed and it caused a knockdown, which a lot of the crowd didn't see it because the fact that Williams was so busy moving and slipping and sliding and ducking, so it looked like he just went underneath a punch himself, and then Pacquiao went down, but he had landed a punch before that.
Not about a round. That's more than double.
Is he a big one-punch puncher, Emmanuel, in
I don't
your
think
eye,
so.
or is he just the volume
so.
of punching?
The way he delivers, I don't think he's a one-punch puncher. He'll end up knocking guys out.
It's impossible to see everything coming.
Right, he fights good and close and at long range.
World, with the professionalism and dedication he's shown here, taking a fight on less than 24 hours notice and standing in until the third round against a dangerous, destructive welterweight.
You're right, Jim. Even though I'm bragging about the skills and talents of Williams, I'm just equal to win. He's not trying to just survive. He's
fighting as though he thinks he's the prospect. But he takes uppercuts from both hands from Williams and finally has to back away. And Williams intelligently goes to the body and
in his face. I think he's pretty.
He's got blood coming from his nose and a discouraged look in his eyes, but he's still trying to fight.
Yeah, but it's fighting back, but I don't think
we're stopping this.
No,
as Pakau is really giving back all the time.
You think, Emmanuel, that he's ready for Margarito?
I think he's going to be a problem for anybody. He's not a devastating physical size, which matches up with Margarita and his business punches. Yeah, he's going to be a problem for anyone.
I don't know if he's ready. But I'm ready. Round 4 begins between Paul Williams, who took a fight against him on less than. They have it through 3.
Okay, Jim, 3-0, 30 to the Punisher Williams. Jim, he deserved 1 and 2 for the knockdowns. He won the 3rd round big. Jimmy's up. That's aggressiveness. 5-6 punch combinations every time he throws. Moves his head constantly. Good defense. He does it all. 3-0, Williams.
Williams landing straight left hands, quick hooks, blood flowing from the mouth and nose of Pakau. Count in the first time Pakau lets his hands go, Williams is able to get a free shot as a counterpunch.
Yeah, I don't think Williams has any threat at all to him. Just a matter of when he can stop him. But he
turning Pakau's otherwise.
Media, many of whom have not seen him in person en route to his first.
Situations like this, and if you want to criticize something, it would be the punching power. You'd say, hey, wait a minute. Randall Bailey quieted this guy in 1 round and in there in the 4th.
That's because I don't think that Paul Williams is a big puncher. If he really had punching power, he would have knocked him out.
Certainly Bailey's a big puncher. I have not seen Antonio Mesquita. But a 1-punch knockout at the hands of Randall Bailey is not shocking.
No, they just.
Well, I think he's got his hands full with Margarita and vice versa.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Gets batted into the corner again and comes. Santos Pakau may not be as good a fighter.
In front of him.
Couldn't argue the point. George Peterson in Williams' corner saying, give me a 3-piece combination, which must be pants, vest, and suit jacket.
You know, one other thing you notice about Williams, it's so obvious because we talk about it all the time when fighters don't have it, and that's head movement.
Yeah, he's great head movement.
He's constantly moving his head.
Yes, never while he's making those.
Yeah, and not just his head, his whole upper body.
Yeah.
He tilts from shoulder to shoulder, lists from, sometimes breaks the pattern up, catches Pakau with a great right hook, catches Pakau with a straight left hand.
He just hit Pacquiao full on. I don't think this is going to go on too much longer.
Shouldn't.
No.
You wonder when Joe Cortez is going to posse to Santos Pakau.
Very impressive to be that close and shorten up the punches to adjust to the distance that he's operating at.
Too much punishment now.
Now,
You hope Joe Cortez can find a way to stop it.
because even if Pacquiao throws 1 punch, I mean, he's not going to win any fight. It's just a matter how much punishment can he take.
His head is on a swivel as Williams lands repeatedly with Cortez.
Yeah, but I would seriously consider stopping it though.
Well, it looks like it's going to fall to a doctor between rounds.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be a member of the medical staff between rounds to say, wait a minute, this makes no sense. Particularly after this round. This is simply, you know, this makes your stomach sick. It's hard to watch.
Joe is getting in position to stop it, but as soon as Pacquiao throws a punch back, he backs off. But the punches are meaningless when he does return.
Sparring sessions are more competitive, and they have headgear. This round of a clear annihilation. 73 of 135 power shots. And state of Nevada doctors didn't think that was enough.
It's the 6th round, Jim, just to correct you.
So yeah, that's right. That was only the 5th of the schedule.
You know, when a fight is this one-sided, fighter, and would need a knockout to win the fight, it's really pointless to go on.
And that's why often in the amateur boxing, which I don't like.
Sometimes the guy comes in a situation like this and he isn't even working with his own trainer and his own corner. Now, this is.
I don't know why Joe doesn't.
Is there any reason for this to be happening? I mean, is there some doubt about who's going to win the fight?
Well, because the guy returns a meaningless punch every once in a while, there's no reason to not stop the fight.
And that's the formula for tragedy. I would think a veteran official like Joe Cortez would have stepped, even if under the rules he doesn't have to stop.
Tragedies we have in boxing, a lot of them, it's mostly from accumulation of blows, not where we have so many tragedies oftentimes.
Even Williams seems to be losing you this, although he has not yet looked at Cortez and asked him to stop it, as sometimes star fighters will do. And finally, the opponent showed up for a